Hello YouTube family, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharita and welcome. In today's video, we are getting into long lasting summer fragrances. I know summer fragrances can definitely get that rep for being super fresh, really fleeting, but trust and believe there are so many fragrances on the market that will last you 8 hours and beyond. And that's exactly what category I will put these into. And the good thing about this video, honey, we got all the budgets. We got high, we got low, and we have mid. So it really doesn't matter what your pocketbook is looking like. If you are in the market for a fabulous summer fragrance that actually lasts, that actually performs, that is what today's list is all about. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. Okay, so the first fragrance on this list is from the House of Mind Games. It is a fragrance that I slept on for far too long, and fortunately I listened to you all out there in the comments. You all kept saying, Sharita, you have got to get your nose on the forward, and I finally have a bottle of it in my collection. I added a couple months ago, and this is so beautiful, and it actually performs so much better than what I thought. I wore this the other day, honey, had it on for a couple of hours, oversprayed it of course, and my daughter was like, Mommy, your scent is overwhelming. And she never says that. And the gag is, honey, this is a citrus fragrance. If you're not familiar with how notes work, top note heavy fragrances, i.e. citrus fragrances, citrus forward, perfumes literally will cut out, okay, a lot sooner than something like a rose, oud, or something really deep, spicy, rich, ambery, woody. However, every now and then, honey, we get a gem on the market that is very citrus forward, period, okay? We're giving lots of pomelo and lemon and orange and all of that in the top, but it maintains that beautiful citrus, vanilla, floral vibe, and it lasts and it projects, and it is all the things I always, throw out there. When I'm talking about mind games, we're talking about quality. We're talking about very well blended, because for a while, these prices definitely scared me. But once they finally, were able to offer samples and discovery sets on the market, I got my nose on them, and this is such an exquisite house. So if you are looking for a really good pomelo dominant vanilla fragrance, then I think you should check it out. So this fragrance opens with pomelo, lemon, and mandarin in the top. You have middle notes of salt, tonka bean, and jasmine sandbag, and you have base notes of cashmere, sandalwood, and Madagascar vanilla. So what I love about it is the summer vibe you get from that salty component. So the citruses in the fragrance coupled with the saltiness is where you're going to get that summer vibe. Now you could wear this all year, but this is just the mindset that I'm in when I wear this. I think the jasmine, the way it comes across in this fragrance, makes it lean just slightly feminine, only slightly. It's very much so unisex, but if I had to tell you which way it leans to me, I would say just slightly feminine, because you do get a lot of vanilla and you do get a lot of jasmine. So if you're in the market for something a little salty, only slightly though, okay, a little salty, really heavy on the vanilla and the citrus aspect, then check this one out, because it is a stunner and it has amazing performance for a citrus fragrance. All right, so again, this one is the Forward from the House of Mind Games. So this next one is my first experience with beast mode, okay? It is definitely beast mode. It is all the summer vibes, but baby, when I'm telling you, you're gonna have to wash her out of your clothes. You cannot talk about long-lasting summer without something from the House of Tisiana Tenzi. These fragrances are not going to be for everyone, but however, I would say if you are newer to niche fragrances, this is a wonderful house to start with, because this is very on in my experience of, higher price fragrances, niche. I paid very, very high dollar for TABIT, which is the one we're featuring today. But because these fragrances are a little bit older, you can get them heavily discounted. I mean, the gold bottles, when I bought mine at the time, were about, I want to say like $400 or $500. Honey, you can probably get this at Drama Shop for $100 or somewhere around there. The performance on these, you're talking massive sillage, nuclear performance. So if you are the type of girl who enjoys a scent like that, but you want something that is giving summer opulence, then TABIT is absolutely one you need to try. Now, here is the disclaimer. The way this house does musk, and they really have dominant, prominent beast mode musk in the fragrances, it can wear not so great depending on your body chemistry. So what I will tell you is get a sample of it first. Really just anything within the house that has a dominant musk, sample it so you can see how it will wear on you. because at the end of the day, honey, when we are talking about the realm of subjectivity, I cannot explore that for you, okay? You have to explore that for yourself. I can only tell you what I'm getting. And on my skin, I am getting something that smells very sweet. I get the warm sand note. It really does come through. I get tons of musk. I get lots of fruitiness, and I get the cotton candy. It is so rich, indulgent, turn heads type of fragrance. And oh my gosh, we're getting low. It is not going to be for the faint of hearts, but if you're very confident in your, beast mode fragrance wearing, then this is one you just have got to at least get your nose on. So TABIT opens with notes of green notes and bergamot. You have middle notes of peach, floral notes, sand, and coconut, and you have base notes of musk, cotton candy, woody notes, vanilla, and amber. So the musk is very front and center again, musky, powdery, very heavy on that peach and cotton candy. It's very sweet. There's also a coziness because of the cashmere that it has, so it's going to wrap you in opulence. So if that sounds like your vibe, please check it out. Again, this one is TABIT from the house of Tisiana. All right, so let's get into one that has me in a chokehold, okay? I was a little undecided when I first tried it, but it is a Middle Eastern fragrance. You can get this for about 50 bucks. And when I tell you Latafa, honey baby, this is for someone who loves a really rich resinous fragrance, but it's also fruity. It's also sweet. And honey, NADIRA did not come to play. So this fragrance, when I first sprayed it and wore it, it came off as something very sweet, yes, but there was like this woody quality about it, and I didn't quite understand what was going on because there is not anything super woody in the note breakdown. So I let this one sit for maybe about a couple days, revisited, and when I tell you, every day this week I have been spraying it, reapplying it, just sniffing myself all day, completely in love with this fragrance. So this is going to be from their niche Emirati line, but it is a Latafa scent, and this is going to be all about benzoin, caramel, honey, and lots of mango strawberry mix. So that's what I get from it. If you have this fragrance, if you have experienced it, please drop me a line below and let me know your thoughts because I am in love. So NADIRA opens with notes of mango, passion fruit, and black currant. You have hard notes of milk accord, caramel, and strawberry, and you have base notes of amber, vanilla, and benzoin. So the milk note, I would not let that scare you. If you are someone that kind of jump scares at the thought of smelling like milk or like tonic, you're getting caramel. That's what I get. I don't get anything super milky per se, but that milk, it's wrapped up in the caramel, all right? So if you love caramel, if you love notes like mango and strawberry, this is one you absolutely have to check out, especially at this price point. She's going to last a long time, but you do have to love true Middle Eastern amber. Like this amber, this benzoin, baby, this combination, she did not come to play, and those notes speak to longevity. But because of the fruitiness of it all, I don't get a lot of passion fruit, but the strawberry mango I absolutely get. The fruity vibes give it summer. It gives it summer. So 10 out of 10, get your nose on it. I love this one. This one again is NADIRA from the niche Emirati line of Latafa. So let's go ahead and switch over to something fresh, something woody, something very much so unisex. And we're giving 10-12 hour wear minimum with this one. Blue Talisman from XMen is one you do not need a lot of, okay? So it's pricey, but you're going to get those costs for sprays. If you love Akigala wood and fragrances, you're looking for something really fresh, then this is the one you absolutely need in your collection. It is so beautiful, and it definitely turns the heads when you put this one on and you wear it, outside in the general public. People are going to be looking around trying to see what is that smell that is filling the room. It is Blue Talisman. So this fragrance opens with notes of pear, bergamot, mandarin orange, and ginger. You have middle notes of orange blossom and Georgie wood, and you have base notes of musk and brofix, Akigala wood, and cedar. What I love about fragrances like this is they're very versatile. Like your Alaya, you can kind of wear it in the summer, but you can make it a signature scent, wear it all year, because she's going to cut through the cold. Same thing with Blue Talisman. You have actually quite a few similar notes. You've got the orange blossom. You have, the same moleculars mentioned, like the ambroxan, and basically there is Givardun, okay? The ingredients. So you're going to get similar aspects, but this one is going to be a much more unisex version of something like a Valaya. Swap out that peach for like a pear. You're going to definitely come across a lot woodier because you get that cedar. The cedar really makes it lean just a hair masculine. So unisex but hair masculine. I think if you like fragrances like vibrato, you can pull that off. As a typical feminine fragrance wear, you will probably jive with Blue Talisman, all right? So again, this one is from the House of Ex Nihilo, Blue Talisman. Now let's get into a fabulous designer fragrance that will be for my super feminine fragrance wearing girlies. You love vanilla, you love jasmine, you want to smell like a sweet treat, but floral for summer. That is Cashmere and Vanilla Essence from Donna. Now this is definitely going to be in that same vein as the Palo Santo and Cashmere, but this is going to lean even more feminine in my opinion. You really get that jasmine that shines, you get something fruity, and this one is not going to wear quite as woody, but this is so sweet. It's really heavy on that vanilla and I love it. You put this on, honey, people are going to smell it on you. We're giving much more beyond scent bubble, but not quite beast mode, but this has tremendous lasting power. And in my opinion, this is a beautiful take on vanilla and its designer, but it's not going to smell like all of the other jasmine vanillas that we see in the designer market. And that is what I am loving about my Donna Karan fragrances. So Cashmere Vanilla Essence opens with green apple and pink pepper. You have middle notes of violet and jasmine, and you have base notes of vanilla, amber, and sandalwood. Again, that jasmine makes it more feminine. I think the addition of something like that violet is going to absolutely add a powdery touch. So again, adding to the femininity. So I would say if Cashmere and Palo Santo did not work out for you, it was just a little bit too woody, some people think it leans a little masculine, try this one out because you're going to get that same addictive cashmere vanilla quality with the amber, of course, but just a touch more feminine. So love this one down. Check it out. Cashmere and Vanilla Essence from the House of Donna Karan. So this next one is quite unisex. It's very sweet though. So if you love sweet unisex fragrances, you're looking for something a little fresh, spicy, really beast mode projection, and that is just like summer night scene in a bottle. Like we're out Havana nights, we're clubbing, we're in Miami. Honey, City Rhythm just knows how to do a fragrance like that. They're giving you summer opulence, but we're a little bit more relaxed. We are free. We are, you know, having some cocktails and we are really enjoying the nightlife. And so this one is a little newer to the house, I think for 2025, if I'm not mistaken, but this is a coconut bomb. And basically this is going to be a concoction of two very popular fragrances, Miami, which I own, and you're also going to have San Diego, which is another one of their fragrances. So if you're not familiar with City Rhythm, they're all named after cities, and each one of them will kind of give you the smell or the vibe of a particular destination. And so you're talking San Diego, you're talking Miami, baby, we're cross country and we're just smelling so amazing. So this one is also heavy on the vanilla, maybe that's why I love it, but you are getting a lot of coconut, you're getting lots of rum, making it uber indulgent and sexy. So this one opens with notes of blood orange, sea salt, coconut, lime, juniper berries, and heliotrope. You have middle notes of sugar cane, Moroccan jasmine, osmanthus, nutmeg, and almond, and you have base notes of vanilla, rum, ambergris, and tonka bean. When I first smelled this, I got definitely a little bit more of the Miami. I have tried, I think I had a decant of San Diego. That one to me just leaned a little bit masculine for my own personal taste, but this one is just so sexy. If you are looking for a really good tropical vibe, but not tropical fruity, we're talking coconut, like again, coconut rum type of fruity vibe, then I think that this is an excellent choice. Nights out on the town is the vibe, period. All right, so check this one out. Again, this is from the House of City Rhythm, and this is 2645 Miami, San Diego. Now let's get into one that is budget friendly. You can get this one probably, I would imagine, about $30 at this point because it is older. But if you love sweet, fruity, melon type fragrances, you love things like Herba Pura, really musky, for some reason the musk didn't quite work out for you, you love like the idea of fragrances in that family, then Al Haramain's Amber Oud, the gold edition, is just a must have. Okay, you're giving Herba Pura. To me, this one wears just a touch sweeter. The musk is not problematic in either one of them for me, but a lot of people have said that they enjoy the way the musk wears on their skin because Herba Pura can definitely become a chemical mess just depending on your body chemistry, honestly. But this one smells just like it, you guys. It smells just like it. Beast Mode Performance, okay? You're gonna put this on, baby. You do not have to top this scent off. You can really wear this to work. You can wear it, you know, just enjoying your day, summer vacation. It's very versatile. It's easy. It's fun. It's playful, feminine. But honestly, if I smelled this on a guy, he would smell absolutely delicious. I'm gonna say that, because what I love about most in this fragrance is the way the fruits wear. So beautiful, so beautiful. So this one opens with notes of bergamot and green notes. You have middle notes of melon, pineapple, gourmand accord, and amber, and you have base notes of vanilla, musk, and woody notes. It's not overly woody. Again, makes it lean just a touch feminine to me, but you're going to get so much of that melon and pineapple, the musk, the vanilla. These are the things that really come forward in this fragrance. And because it features that melon, you're getting something a little ozonic. So it is a really good balance of super sweet fruits and freshness that just sing to me, all right? And as beast mode as she is, there's a nice little dent. And again, 1-2, you really would be good. But if you want to overspray it, honey, I totally understand that as well. So again, this one is Amber Oud, the gold edition. They're all called Amber Oud. So when you are looking up these fragrances, make sure it is the gold edition if this is the one that you are checking for, right? So again, from the house of Al Haramain. So for this next one, we're gonna go ahead and turn the page over to something that smells like summer opulence. This is old money. This is very refined. We are so classy, but we're vanilla, but we're not a sweet vanilla, right? So this is one that just, it won me over slowly. When I first smelled this now, okay, Ormond James Vanille des Afriques, I thought it leaned masculine, but it smelled like 10 out of 10 vanilla, very unique, all of the things. But because it wore so woody, it took me time to come around to this fragrance. And because I had the travel size, that's what I started with. I took it on vacation. Honey, smelled this on my daughter, made me want to wear, I mean, we were just going back and forth sharing that travel all this vacation, I think in Bali. And when I came back, I decided I really wanted to add a full bottle of this at some point. So the brand reached out to me probably couple months ago and asked, is there anything that I would like? And you better believe this is what I requested, because this smells like nothing else on the market. You are going to smell and feel like long dough when you put this on. The bank account is overflowing. The money is just always pouring in. And we are so sure in who we are and what we smell like when we put this on. Like, there is no confusion about you smelling expensive when you wear this fragrance. It actually smells so much more expensive than the price point itself. Ormond James, they are pricey, but they are a really quality focused niche house, and it is reflected in the quality of these ingredients, honey, and the way they smell. They're all very classy, opulent scents. So this one opens with notes of orris, osmanthus, magnolia, and jasmine. You have middle notes of carrot seeds, coriander, pink pepper, Sicilian bergamot, and you have base notes of Madagascar vanilla, bourbon vanilla, musk, amber, cedar, and vanilla. So this fragrance wears very powdery, but not in that traditional suffocating way. You get a lot of orris, okay? And orris just gives a really expensive powdery touch to a fragrance. The vanilla is front and center, but it is not sweet gourmand type vanilla. We are talking something really just salt of the earth. Almost reminds you of expensive, older, woody furniture. Like, do you understand what I'm trying to like paint a picture of? You are in an African villa with so many unique hand carved wood touches. That is instantly what I'm reminded of when I smell this. This is just a masterfully executed scent. The coriander, the woody facets, the powdery notes, and the vanilla really do make this smell so special, okay? So check this one out, again, from the house of Ormond James, and this is Vanille des Afriques Intensivo. And I don't know if you all saw, but this house recently released a new vanilla fragrance. It seems like it's going to lean a little feminine, and this is a Neiman's exclusive, if I'm not mistaken, but that is on the top of my wish list. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and blind buy it, tell you my thoughts, but very excited about that one. So this next one is Karaoka Heart. This from the Juice Box lineup, and this one is going to give you long-lasting, boozy, fruity, tropical vibes, but I love the way the moleculars come off in this. Something about it, it's got that sugary touch that is really addictive, and I love the way this smells and the playfulness it has. It's playful, but it's also a little sexy because it is so boozy. So if you are sensitive to boozy notes, honey, just get a sample. Why would you not? Scent Split, ZGO, check places like that because you should easily be able to get a sample of this one if you are in the US. So this one opens with notes of mango, pineapple, and lemon. You have middle notes of peony, rum, and sandalwood, and you have base notes of labdanum, ambroxan, and vanilla. For me personally, I don't get a lot of the peony. It doesn't have that floral touch to it. So I just think that peony is there just kind of helping things to move along, balance the things out. But if you're not a fan of that note, if you're not a fan of labdanum, I don't think you would have to really be overly concerned because what you're going to get is rum, ambroxan, and this mango. It's almost like this mango nectar pineapple vibe. They wear equally to my nose. I really don't get more pineapple or mango over the other. They really are so well balanced and they kind of share the spotlight to me. So check this one out. It was all the rave, you know, when it was released. It continued to sell out, and this I think is one of their better offerings. I also love my Sisters Before Musters, but this one definitely is going to shine as far as the performance goes. Okay, so this one again, Karaoka Heart from the house of Juice Box. Last but not least, I wanted to include another freshie. Definitely, you know, we're giving a lot of moleculars because if you want to smell fresh and you want it to last 10-12 hours, that's going to be required in the fragrance. I don't know who told you different, but that's just kind of how it goes. So I wanted to feature another 13. This has been in my collection for years. When I got a travel size of this, it was a love at first sniff, and it was one I almost slept on because people would say they couldn't smell anything. So here we are with fragrance again. If you are dealing with those molecule note dominant fragrances, you can either be completely nose blind to everything going on in the fragrance, or you are going to fill the room. For some people, you are going to be able to smell this on you all day, and this scent sticks with me all day. That is what I love about it. You're giving fresh, you are giving very crisp white Oxford shirt. You are, you know, smelling like money to me, and very addictive and sexy because of the way the muskmallow comes off in this fragrance. So you do have that really beautiful musky quality, but it wears quite unisex, all right? And to me, it's just so sexy. Honestly, I love smelling this on a guy, but I can put this on too and wear it with utter confidence. So this fragrance opens with notes of pear, apple, and citruses. You have middle notes of moss, jasmine, and ambrette. And you have base notes of Isoe Super, Cetilox, Hevetolite, and Ambretolite. You see the entire base, all molecule notes. So try this one out, honey. If you can smell it, you will probably love it. But this is a 10 out of 10 fresh fragrance for me, and it is one that will always be in my collection, all right? So another 13 from the house of Labo. Check it out. That is it for me, you guys. I have one more video to film today, and I am off to Chicago to visit my grandmother. She's turning 99 this year. She is almost there, honey, almost 100, and I have not been to Chicago in years, so I just really do want to take a little bit more time off this summer and spend it with my family, and that is what I will be doing next week. So it will be a week with no uploads pretty much, or you know, 1 or 2 at the most. But I hope you all have enjoyed these options. Please drop me a line below and let me know fragrances that are long lasting that you love to wear this time of year. Okay, it's hot outside, we're trying to smell good, but honey, we don't have time to decant everything, and these are perfect for that. All right, so it has been real. I love you all, YouTube. Be sure you are subscribed, and I will catch you guys on the next one.